Stop what you're doing.
It's so quiet.
Go give us a review.
Oh, this is new.
Why have you not given us a review on Apple Podcasts?
Hey, you're stupid. You're stupid.
Why haven't you given us 5 stars?
You must want your mom to die.
Why have you not subscribed to our YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Why have you not supported us financially under the show notes?
Mic drop.
What's wrong with you? Stop what you're doing right now. Go do that.
Yep. Pull your wallets out. Hand it over. You think they did it?
They better have.
I like your shirt. I love Hawaiian shirts.
Tune into YouTube to see what David's wearing.
It's amazing.
Tune in. Never mind. All right, welcome to episode 62 of the Calm Down Is Fine podcast. You've been rebuked. You've been warned.
This is the quietest.
Log off and do it, or get off. Don't follow us. We're sick of you not helping.
You just played hopscotch through the English
Go
language
home.
to get that sentence out.
Get out of here.
Get in your truck and
get
go
us
to the
out
store.
Of your, get us out of your ears.
Buy some 2% milk.
Enjoy this podcast.
Or whole. You're not fat. Deploying dynamite.
I just Googled current events to see what trending things we could
Turns
talk
out
about.
they're very current.
And all of them were so sad. And I was like, well,
yeah.
As it is.
The news is dark.
So is your heart.
And your face.
All right.
Look at the top news headlines for right now. Ohio poll. Oh.
A what?
Ohio polls close an election with major implications for abortion rights.
Michigan is coming out with a law. It's a non-offensive. Like if you basically if they deem your speech to be offensive, it's like the same thing as hurtful, and you can go up to jail up to 5 years.
Oh, that's dumb.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
guys, I'm gonna get arrested one day.
I wonder what the laws are for a podcast that is listened into in Michigan.
Yeah, like
if they're listening to it in Michigan, could we be liable?
Like, what if I say something? What if you say something on the podcast, and then I go to Michigan, and then I just blast it loud on the speakers? Do I go to jail, or do they come to Delaware and try to?
They come to Delaware, and we beat them up. In good news, this is a good story. Texas woman mowing lawn attacked by snake and hawk at the same time. Breaking.
At the same time.
Yeah.
Talk about a bad day. Wait, this was Michigan, you said?
Michigan.
Isn't Michigan a red state?
Michigan is kind of
Bro,
purple.
don't you remember like Michigan gave the election to Biden?
Did they?
Michigan is
Michigan.
Ohio. Yeah, Michigan was on the line.
Michigan used to be on the line. They're still kind of purple because it's a very large state, and there's a lot of farm. Usually, it's determined by how many farmers you have.
What?
I mean land mass as far as how many farms you have. Like if most of the territory is farms, and you don't really have enormous cities.
Do chicken farms count?
Nah. Well, the problem is
there's Delaware would be up there.
But if you have like one or two huge cities, what? Watch the language?
You said, but.
No. Anyway, I'm like, we're going to get whatever that woman's name is. Marge. Anyway. Like, you have, like, Idaho. It's mostly farms, and there's not really a big city. I think you have, was it Boise? That's Idaho, but that's not really like big. You know, Maryland is mostly farms, but you have Baltimore, Annapolis, and DC that ruin it.
Do we have any numbers?
Any number
of people who want to talk to us?
Yeah, grab a box and grab a number.
Which one?
What we're gonna do? This is a new segment where we call someone and read off a list of topics, and they pick one.
Episode 36, Florida Man, January 9th.
It's not that one, you idiot. It's the one with the phone numbers.
Yeah, but this here, just in case we need that. Cameron's like thinks he's the boss or something.
I know, dude. It's kind of wild.
This one's so heavy.
Here we go.
This one is this one. Oh, this one has a bunch of papers in it.
All right. Where is my?
We
note?
got. I threw away the Rick Rowland, right?
I don't know, but we're not calling Evan again.
Who's Evan?
The guy we called.
It didn't shout us out.
It didn't give us our shout out.
800.
Oh, the guy. The famous guy.
He pretty much distanced himself.
Yeah.
He was like,
now let's talk trash about him.
He's like, he's not even gonna answer. He doesn't even answer the phone anymore.
Hey Evan, your face is dumb. You stupid piece of
Cameron tried calling him. His number's blocked.
Here's a number. That's a 1.
Make sure we haven't called out.
I feel like we have.
What do you mean you feel like we have?
Well, it's got a 1. The first number is 1, and I definitely remember. I would have remembered calling that.
What?
I had when they put their number up in the thing. I never put the 1 in there. I understand there's always.
You think
a 1.
that was the last one we called? It's been unfolded.
I just unfolded it, but I definitely remember that because because initially I had put the number in. This is the number that led us to the random lady we called in Texas. Because initially I typed it in wrong. I didn't realize it, but I also didn't have the 1.
Do you know what you typed in wrong?
What?
Do you know what you typed in wrong?
No.
I tried to send her a text. But never got a response, but I think it was the wrong number. I sent a text through the number that was in, but it was the wrong one.
Yeah.
So we never got a response.
I just tried looking over Florida, man. There was no good
maybe
ones.
that one too. Let's.
Yeah.
So this one's like super folded up. So let's just. That's a Maryland number. I guess we can call that one.
Good.
Who's connected to
these? Were only kind of folded up, so I'm pretty sure we use those. These are like not folded up.
Call
am I calling them?
Yeah. You're connected to the board, aren't you?
I think so. Not right now.
I knew.
Give me a minute.
He's got to go through his list of 700 Bluetooth things.
I like to party. Where's this thing? Oh.
How are you near that many Bluetooth things in the look? Do you see this?
Well, look. So listen.
Bro, are you just
listen?
Are you DJing your neighbor's house at night?
Listen.
What is happening?
You can connect your phone to your Xbox controller and play games with it that way. Pretty cool. So I did that. That is the radio in my truck.
1.
Yep.
2.
I don't remember what that is for. That used to be headphones that I have. I don't have anymore. So we can go ahead and get rid of that. Forget. And then I have 4 pair of the same headphones because I lost a pair and then I got mad and ordered it.
Boring now, so call the number.
Look, I have all of these things except for I don't have this anymore.
This is for the listeners who are listening. There's nothing to see, so
yeah, I'm connected. All right, so we can call let's get something spicy in here. All we got is Maryland, Delaware. Here. I'm calling this one. I don't know what state that is.
What state are you?
Give me that. I need it.
I'm sorry.
Do you guys get nervous right before we call?
No, I just wanted.
I can always get nervous because I feel like this is my baby, and I feel like I've got to perform to make this work.
No, I get nervous that
I feel like if this is if it flops, it's my fault.
I get nervous because if it's somebody answers the phone and it's not somebody
you might have to turn it up. I'm just letting you know right now. I'm having a hard time hearing things, so if I can't hear this,
turn what up?
His headphones.
Sounds. Turn mine up specifically. Hello?
Yeah,
so much better.
I get nervous in the sense of it might be somebody I don't want to talk to, and then I'm like,
well, I just don't want to say things, as per usual that will get me in trouble.
Oh crap! We can't cut that from their mind.
Yep. Yep. I just distance myself. Excommunicate them. All right, we're calling. Make sure I type this in right and go.
Wrong number again.
You hear it?
Oh, you can take this, Dustin.
Hello?
Hello. Welcome to the podcast time. You did it. You're on air. Millions of people.
Hi.
Millions of people. You're famous.
This sounds like Gabriel Shelton.
Instant fame. Instant.
Who is this?
Love and
This is Gabriel Shelton.
Whoa, called it.
and gravel every day, and you'll give you a hug and a
All right, so let me see this number. Gabriel, we're throwing your number away because we weren't supposed to call you again.
Did we already call him?
Yes.
There's no way.
Oh, hi.
Remember the guy who explained the way we can make
turn the podcast
money?
into a pyramid scheme?
I don't know. That was years ago. There's no way. It was
Hold on, we have a guy on the phone. Let's talk to him.
Remember what I said right before we called?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Yeah. Hey, Gabriel, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing all right, guys. How about you?
Doing good. You still making a ton of money at your job that you couldn't tell us about?
Yeah, it's very secret.
Yeah.
Yes. He goes, yes.
Yes.
What do you do again? You make air conditioners for the Pentagon or something?
What?
I can neither confirm nor deny any information.
The same thing. He's doing the same thing. Right?
Yeah. I feel like
What do you do? Do you sweep floors? Can you confirm or deny that?
Say what?
Do you sweep floors?
No.
So you can't.
fixes
We
paper
can go through
jams.
the whole thing and just get to where,
Oh my!
do you
totally know
fix
what he does.
refrigerators?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
So what?
We're gonna contact your boss and
No, he's the guy that presses the paint lids on the cans. You know, that's what he does.
Oh,
Well, hey Gabriel, we didn't mean to call you again, but
We had to have gotten his number from an email, not from this. These were already unfolded.
have you been listening to the podcast?
yes, I have been listening to this podcast.
Are you up to date?
All right.
Yes, I
Man,
am up to date.
Look at this guy. What'd you think of our last episode?
Which date are you up to? Tell me the date.
I am up to oh my goodness.
You don't know.
The last one, hold on. The last one that you guys did on.
That's it,
I forget the
Mr. President.
episode
We got him.
it's the episode name that kills me. It's the one after the AI one.
Social media.
The one where you guys are talking about the controversy between your horse horse versus
it was social media.
yeah, social media. That's what it was.
Oh, okay. You haven't listened to the King James Bible one?
No, bro. Who wants to listen to
He
that?
doesn't believe in the King James Bible.
Listen, I'm on the podcast now. Let's not talk about that stuff.
He's a Hawaiian pigeon guy. You can tell.
The lava lake that stay
aloha.
burned.
Well, we still haven't done the.
Stay away from the Waheens, man. The Waheens.
The Waheens.
Stay away from the Waheed.
We still haven't done the pay to play thing that you have suggested.
We just kind of like being broke.
Yeah, apparently.
You know, for an episode, we should each prepare a message from the Hawaiian Pigeon Bible and then preach
Oh
it.
my word!
Like a
That would be
5-minute message.
killer.
That'd be funny.
So, Gabriel, you can tell how thrilled I am that you answered. I love you so much. But
I hate you.
Let me read this list of topics off to you, and you tell us which one to go with tonight. Ready?
And then we won't
Okay.
pick that one.
I can't repeat any, so you have to pick one as I go. Like you can listen to them all if you can remember whatever. That's fine, but you can't say read them back again. So here we go.
No.
Sports, airplanes, tools, youth camp, military, cops, chicken sandwiches, burgers, cereal, fast food, cars, buildings.
Military.
That was fast. Dude. You didn't even hear the rest of the list.
Military. Come on, I work for the MIC. Can you really expect anything else?
The military. We're gonna hold on that one because I have another guy who's gonna come and do that one with us. So sorry.
Are you talking
I'm gonna
about
continue.
the guy who I'm
Buildings,
thinking of?
hunting, interesting people, animals, Thanksgiving, winter, Bigfoot, exercise, diets, infomercials,
I know
shoes.
the Bigfoot one. Then come on. You guys recommended that one. The one.
Bigfoot
that
Part
one
3!
podcast day.
Bigfoot Part 3.
We planned it the whole time. Get your notes out, boys.
Do I believe in Bigfoot? Possibly, maybe.
Do I think it's your
Definitely.
mom? Yes.
Gabriel definitely believes in big.
Did you hear that? That was come on. That was a good barn. He's like totally unfazed. He doesn't care. He's like whatever. Let's just get on with this thing.
You always. So this isn't going well.
You said pick a topic. He's picked 2 topics, and you're like, nah.
Exercise, diets, infomercials, shoes, favorite movies, the Air Force, camping, clothes, cameras, guns, speeding tickets, Olympics, haircuts, alarm clocks.
We could talk about guns.
Guns?
I'll
Yeah, go guns. I like guns.
Let's
What's
do
your
that.
favorite? Barrett 50 cal, M1 Duran.
I'd say my favorite overall is M240. It's a belt-fed machine gun, the 7.62.
Well,
I'm pretty sure he said that a bunch of times.
I did. I'll say it for forever. And TJ probably agrees with me. I think he does. I think we talked about this.
He doesn't need guns.
But
bro.
he had the
scares horses
Bravo
with his
and the
calves.
Lehman now. It's lighter.
All right, Gabriel. I appreciate your input. Tune in to see what the episode, which one we did out
Yeah,
of your 3
tune in.
suggestions.
Tune in right now.
Military, guns, or Bigfoot. No. I said tune in to hear which one we actually go with.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Peace.
Very good.
Let's make this whole episode about how much we hate this guy.
All right.
Did he hang up?
I did.
I love talking to Gabriel, but I was wanting someone new.
Okay, well then call
No, it's fine.
that one.
We have to actually.
It's too late now.
We actually- no, we
I'm
have to-
already on the phone.
Dustin, we have to talk about something.
Let's just call. Hey,
So we got a guy who wrote a book. Okay. And his name is Ben Clark. We've mocked him on here many times.
Yeah.
He wrote a
As we
book?
do.
Yeah. Ben
Meredith
wrote,
beat him in arm wrestling, remember?
yeah. What's the name of the book? Is it on Amazon?
It is on Amazon. Yeah, but we're gonna call him.
Okay.
Here's his credentials. He has a Bachelor's of Divinity from Pensacola Bible Institute, a Master's of Theology from the Bible Doctrine Institute, a THD student at the Bible Doctrine Institute, and he also has, I think, a bachelor degree from the University of Maryland. So he's very smart.
So this
Very
is about
weak.
how he's
Very weak.
How he's post-trib, pre-wrath.
No, but the book's called Strangely Dim. So we're gonna call him. Go ahead and call this number.
He didn't write the Red Team Field Manual, the Communist Manifesto.
Here we go.
That's written by
Here we
Ben
go.
Clark.
Here we go. Yeah, let's do that.
Look,
Here.
Let me Google it.
Ben Clark. You got a bunch of skeletons in the closet, Ben. Mister, I know, I see the number. All right, but he's a communist now.
How much caffeine have you had?
Don't worry about me.
Dude, you are so fired up. You know
I'm
that?
fine. Get away from me, you freak. I changed an alternator today, so I'm had enough. I don't care anymore. I think it's the right number. I'm gonna immediately.
Hey, this is Ben.
Hey, why on earth are you writing a communist manifesto on Amazon? I seen it. I just found it. You're a communist. I know it. I knew it from the day that I first laid eyes upon you.
Yeah, the Red Team Field Manual.
Red Team Field Manual. I bet you. Gotcha. This is gotcha
by
journalism,
Ben
right?
Clark.
Right in your face.
I'm more of an Alan J. White guy who made the Blue Team Field Manual. That's
Of course. The two teams, of course.
yes.
No, I bet you feel pretty silly now.
I do.
I say we call him and we just don't let him speak and we just blast him the whole time.
Yeah. Well,
We're not. Gonna
I just wanted to get my part out.
It's like, let's have a guest on and just thumb him the whole time. Ben,
You can just dial whoever you want.
I know we could have, but we dialed your number. Hey man, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
Are you gonna listen to this episode?
I am going to listen to this episode.
Yeah, you used to be a faithful listener, but then you changed jobs and your commute changed, and so you've fallen off the wagon.
It's actually a book on coding. Just
Yeah, it's a little bit of Laodicea.
Yeah.
That's my first love.
underneath.
You know how it goes.
Yep. I'm trying. David and Dustin seem preoccupied at this moment.
I'm trying to figure out if he's communist or not.
So Dustin found a book on. He just typed in He typed in Ben Clark on Amazon, and a book came up.
I thought it look. It's got a red star in the center of it, and it says the Red Team Field Manual. So what does that make you think it is? It's the book for the Red Army.
Yeah.
It's not. It's a book on coding for computers.
If it makes you feel better, if you Google my name, Ben Clark was the name of a guy who died in 9/11. So that's pretty not communist of me, too.
Are we talking to a ghost?
Wait a minute. That would explain a lot.
A communist ghost?
Listen, it's like you go off the podcast and this random guy's book sales spike, not yours.
Yeah. Dude, we're talking to a communist ghost. It's crazy.
That's so funny.
So, Ben, tell me about this book.
Wait, first of all, Ben, you're very educated and you're very smart.
Yeah.
I already read off your credentials, and as I was reading them off, I was like, this wasn't the right time to do it, but I already did it, so I'm going to give it to you twice. Ben has a Bachelor of Divinity from the Pensacola Bible Institute.
Wow.
A Master's of Theology from the Bible Doctrine Institute. And he's currently a THD theology student at the Bible Doctrine Institute. Don't you have a bachelor degree, theology doctorate?
Oh, okay.
PhD's medicine, but THD is like if you So, anyways, don't you have a bachelor degree from the University of Maryland?
Yeah, I have a bachelor's in architecture.
So why wouldn't you put that in this bio?
Doesn't have anything to do with the book.
It doesn't really have a lot to do with.
No, you put it in. You
By
always.
the way, guys, I also
Listen.
I also don't remember what a Corinthian pillar there is.
Quick question, Ben. When was the last time you saw grass, bro? What are you just in school all the time?
Yeah, trying to study spider medicine.
Dude,
I was in school from the time that I was, technically 4 until I was 26. And I was like, thank God I'm done with University of Maryland. And God says, no, you're not done with school.
Yeah.
And then you finally, got outside, you got a little taste of the sun, and you were like, that's enough for me. Nope. Get back in the thing. Get after it. Man, that's why you're built back to designing houses for spiders and other bugs.
Writing communistic coding books.
Yep. All right. So,
what's the name of this book?
Ben has written a book. It is called Strangely Dim.
The cover looks cool, though. Yeah, I like the cover.
We're looking at it right now, Ben.
So, the cover is, my brother did the art for it, and there's a long fight about that cover, but we're good now.
Tell me about it. Tell me about the fight.
Yeah, tell me about the fight of the cover, because here's what I'm getting from this. He's looking at his phone, and we'll get into what the book's about, but he's looking at his phone, and there's a gray, like a dim glare coming from the phone, and it's like muting his color and his face. It's like, it's dim. It's dimming the light around him. Is that the idea?
Yeah, that's the whole idea, but the phone is actually sucking the life out of the guy instead of giving him light.
Yeah.
So what was the fight about on that?
I had a totally different concept art, same idea, but I wanted to go about it completely different. And I showed it to him, and he was like, no, that's not going to work. I'm like, yeah, it'll work. I did concept art. And he's like, no, it's not. It's like, but I want it to look like this, and I'm doing it. He's like, no.
No, I think it looks good. So the guy's bald.
Yeah. Is what I'm looking at what I'm looking at your idea or his? Both.
Huh? The original one was a person sitting at the desk from the side with the phone.
Okay.
Doing the whole suck the light out of your face thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But he switched the perspective and the person, and I wanted him to have hair. That was really the big one.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. I do like it. And your brother, he also drew a picture for the podcast. So he's very, very talented.
Yeah.
Before I was about to just out loud read the back picture of the book. But the front says the impacts of internet culture and modern communication technology and society on the Christian, without giving away too much about the book, because we want you to actually sell them.
Go ahead.
What can you give like a quick
line by line,
like a quick synopsis of what's happening?
Give us the thought of what the book's about. What drove you to write the book?
Why is this such a handsome picture on the back?
Right, thank you.
No wonder this book's selling off the shelves like crazy. Get a load of that.
I'm going to read the back at some point during this thing.
No, really quickly, don't read the back, because the back was by my publisher, and my publisher didn't read the book before he wrote the back. So it doesn't even sound like it's a Christian book. This is this is very Bible heavy and Bible focused. And he mentioned spiritual like once, and that's the closest thing you get to it. So I rewrote it. I told him to change it, and he didn't. He's working on it now. There's a couple issues. It's a first printing. There's a couple little. Anyways,
we brought you on our podcast, and you're telling us we have restrictions. We can't. We have limited access to the book, to this. We can't even share the back of it.
Not only am I going to read the back, I'm going to turn into a poster and sell it.
Okay, no, that's fine.
So much time on the internet that it's undermined your understanding of authority and.
Everybody, go to Amazon and read the back of this book.
I'm selling it as a poster. It's going to be on the podcast website.
All right, go ahead.
So, anyways, the premise, it started out where social media had caused some issues in my church, and I was praying about what to write for my master's thesis. And I said, I'm going to write about social media. I prayed about it and said, okay, I'm going to write about social media. That's what I think this guy wants me to do. So I started reading and researching on it. And I started out reading just carnal, unsaved authors, just people who study social media from a progressive, modern world. I wanted to get the full rounded picture of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And the more you read about social media, the more it kind of branched out into search engines, into online news outlets, into marketing. and it's the internet, so inevitably extended into the cell phone. So it kind of ballooned out into this giant thing. But the more I read from these like liberal, progressive, forward-thinking people, they all came to the same conclusion, which was, oh my gosh, this is bad for us.
Right.
Which is what people have been preaching forever. And that's in the preface. It started out with Mark McGahee preaching about MySpace. I was like, well, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I remember.
And then get people get up there and like, you shouldn't have the Facebook. And it's like, well, it's not the Facebook. It hasn't been the Facebook for years.
Right.
Whatever. They don't know why it's bad, but they know spiritually God has showed them it's bad, and they preach against it. And people like me look at them and roll their eyes because, whatever. And you just kind of go and you do your own thing. But as it turns out, they're actually right because they're listening to God. So this is more of the why. It's like, hey, we've been saying that Facebook is bad for you for years, and here's why. And it's not just Facebook, it's the internet, it's your cell phone, it's all of it. And this is written to say this is how it affects how you think. This is how it changes your thought processes. And then it pulls that into, this is the way a Christian was supposed to be. Here's the Bible verses that say you're supposed to be, temperate. Well, here's all the ways that it pushes you to intemperance. You're supposed to be compassionate. Here's all the ways that it destroys your compassion. The whole thing is built off of 3 different Bible verses that kind of run everything. And that's, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord had made. For the love of money is the root of all evil. And for this cause God shows some of them strong delusion because they received not the love of the truth. And it's those 3 principles, everything that really takes you apart. Like anybody go on the internet and be like, yeah, porn bad, don't watch. Like, yeah, we all get that. But it's more than just don't do the bad things. It's even the good things on the internet are not good for you. Everything on there is motivated by money. It's run by what makes the most money. Well, what makes the most money? Well, sin makes the most money. It's just that we've now had the ability to streamline everything that's bad for you in a way that you never could before.
Right.
So whatever your temptation is that you're going to fall to is on your phone. It's easier because of your phone. It's easier because of the internet. So that's what they're going to make their money off of, and that's what they're going to do it. And they're going to target children more than anybody else because kids have a amount of self-control and they're the most serious.
Right.
And eventually it just breaks you down to the point where everybody's all worried about the government's going to force us to do this, the government's going to do this, they're going to do this, they're going to make us, and they're going to try and control our thoughts, and we're not going to let them. And it's not that. It's just you give people the internet long enough, and they just don't care.
Right.
It's you can believe whatever you want, but you're going to be so apathetic and lame that you're never going to do anything about it. Sure, you can believe the gospel if you want, but the internet's going to turn you into such a worthless Christian that who cares if you know the gospel? Satan doesn't care because you're never going to do anything with it.
That's right. You're like a walking zombie.
Yeah. So that's the kind of where it comes back into the front because it kind of sucks the life out of it. I mean, and we've all done it. I'm not writing this as I was raised in the Amish community and I've never touched a cell phone. This is like, no, I lived in it for years. I've had Facebook. I've had Instagram. I've spent years on YouTube. I spent years on video games. And coming out of it and kind of seeing like, yeah, I know this feeling. And this is what it did to me. Don't let it do it to you. And this is how you get out of it. That's the last chapter is this is what God had to do for me to help me to beat it because it's worse than you think it is. It's bigger than you think it is. And there's stats and stuff all through it, but everybody on average uses their cell phone 50% more than they think they do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
It's always depressing when you look at your stats.
Well, now they give like
on your phone, like how much time you spend on it. It's like, oh my goodness, like 12 hours a day. Are you kidding?
Right.
It's just like,
yeah.
Well, hey
so
man,
I try to make it readable.
That's awesome. Let me read this from. This is not on the back. This is on the front. Can I read that? I think it's like right on the front of the. It says, "In today's world, technology is everywhere. It's in our homes, our workplaces." Is this what you didn't want reading?
It's the same thing, pretty much.
Yeah. It's not right there.
I just read it and it sounded really good. I was just gonna read it, but I won't read it.
No, if you like it, go ahead.
All right. In today's world, technology is everywhere. It's in our homes, our workplaces, and even in our pockets. But what impact does it have on our lives, our relationships, and sense of self? In this thought-provoking book, the author examines the ways in which modern technology shapes our behavior and explores the deeper philosophical and spiritual questions that arise as a result. From the benefits and drawbacks of social media to the impact of brain games on our minds. This book offers a comprehensive exploration of the many ways in which technology affects our lives. Whether you're a tech enthusiast or a skeptic, this book is sure to challenge your assumptions and leave you with a deeper understanding of the complex relationship between humans and technology. So,
and for the record, I don't think there's anything good about social media. I'm gonna plug that in there.
Yeah, well, we were gonna plug this book on social media. So,
as
you're
much
okay
as
with
you
that, though,
hate
right?
social media,
I told him, I was like, I can put it on our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all
Me
our
too,
stuff. He's like, yeah, sure, great.
yeah.
Buy
So
this book against it on these things.
the love of money is the root of all evil, says the guy trying to sell you his book. So
Hey,
No, we make the
funny.
jokes, but yeah,
I'll probably
you have to use it. So, I mean, using it as I think Paul and that, like, if you're not going to sell the book if people don't have access to buy the book, so it's
Right.
not wrong using the. You would agree with that, right, Ben? I mean, it's using these things as a tools.
legitimately prayed about it. Like, am I okay with this getting promoted on social media? And it's like, honestly, if I'm not going to tell anybody to put it on social media, but if somebody else wants to, I'm not going to stop them.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we will.
Well, if we get a free
hopefully
book, I think we would definitely. Just joking. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
We will
Hopefully
definitely
it's the
plug
last
it.
post
Yeah, we'll
everybody
put a
reads.
link. We'll put a link to the book on Amazon in the description of the YouTubes and such.
I haven't even read the book, but I already know that it's going to be good. It does say on here, one used from $20.43 and four new from
That showed up like
$20.95.
3 days after it went live.
Somebody bought it,
No.
read it, and was like, "Nah."
done with this thing.
Like, it's only been a month.
You know what? I bet it was Jesse Clark.
Yeah.
Send
No,
it
it's
back.
used. What
Gotta
is this?
get my
What is the
money.
condition? I don't.
I don't think we've said the name.
I'm
Like,
waiting
maybe.
for somebody.
We did strangely.
Strangely dim.
I know, but we need to pound that. Strangely dim.
Strangely dim. Strangely
And the things of earth will grow strangely dim. And well, that's the strangely dim was all we needed.
Yeah.
Strangely Dim by Benjamin Clark. You can get it at Amazon. Everyone, go look it up.
Link
go,
in the description below.
Go buy it. Support this. Support this man of
and
God.
then sell it on Amazon for $20. Get your money back.
And if you want to, people who listen, just buy one, copy the pages, and then send it to us, and we'll mass distribute it to all our listeners.
Yeah.
That's what Ben said we could do if
And
we.
for the record, it also is not available in digital format
Oh.
because there's
Oh.
a chapter about that.
Ooh.
I
Hey
like
Ben, roughly, you don't have to answer this.
292 pages. Is it, Ben? Be honest. Is this an easy read, intermediate? Like, is it going to be?
How many pages?
Is this like a Bill Grady book, or
It's intermediate because it's my master's thesis adapted to be readable.
Right.
So, I want it to be readable. I want it to be a tool. I want it to be understandable. It's
well,
intermediate.
if it's
You also
you
have
want
to
it to be a
follow my
tool.
thought
I know the
process.
author's a tool, so it should be great. I'm just joking.
You can just text me like, Ben, what did you mean? I'll be like, I don't know.
Ben,
Oh, that's nice.
so we can cut this out if you want. It's up. This is completely up to you. But roughly how much does it cost to write and publish your own book?
Does it cost more than $24.95?
So I went through a Christian publishing company to publish that book. Their printing cost is about, I think it's about $11 or $12, and then their overhead is about another like 40%. I make 10 to 15% per book.
Okay.
So
That seems-
definitely. It's not about the money. If you
Yeah, I
think
was about to
it,
say,
like,
that doesn't
I was
seem-
the other day, like people who are authors.
He's rich.
Like 1 million copies. Yeah.
All right.
Now, if you ever find me in person and buy one off me in person, the ones that I get, because I get the author discount,
You
are
get all
way cheaper, and I
$25.
can sell them for a marked up price. Now, they're only $20 if you buy them off me in person.
Ooh.
So if you run into me at the illustrious, dare I say it, Cameron, like what is it? Is it the Trinity Baptist Global Revival in Philadelphia next weekend? I'm gonna have some. If I make it there.
Where can we find you on social media?
I don't even. So I halfway through writing it, I already deleted all my stuff. I went through and made sure that they didn't exist. I don't even have a LinkedIn. I had to go to LinkedIn because it's exactly the same. It's just Facebook, but only politics and bragging about your
Ben,
job.
can you do us a favor next weekend when you're selling these books in person? Can you do so wearing a "Calm Down, It's Fine" podcast T-shirt?
I don't think he bought a shirt. We'll buy a book if you buy a shirt.
Yeah.
There's a guy at my church, and he wants to get a life-size cutout of me holding my book and nailing out of cardboard.
Did you tell him that's slightly creepy?
No, I told him that was really creepy.
I think you should cut your hair and be just like this bald-headed guy looking at his phone.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh.
It's creepy until somebody says it about you, and then you're like, wow, I'm flattered.
That's true.
Yeah, that's funny.
You guys want a cardboard cutout of me?
Of you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna order one.
No.
I'm going to order one.
Ben, is there anything else you would like to say? Anything else you'd like to plug?
I'm not plugging anything. I just say that this was very good for me because when I started out, I was just like, yeah, everybody knows there's bad stuff. Okay. But this really opened up understanding it. And I said this is in the preface because I wrote the preface last. This book was outdated before I wrote it.
Wow.
Because this book never mentions TikTok. Because none of my research mentioned TikTok. And nothing mentioned TikTok because TikTok didn't explode when I started writing.
Right.
Mm.
So it's not just saying, hey, don't do this. It's, hey, here's what's bad about these things. So when the next thing pops up,
Which
you
in
can
this
look
case
at it
would
and
be
say,
TikTok.
well, what's this made out of? And how can this help? Like, how is this going to... Yeah, TikTok is like the absolute worst. But the last chapter that I wrote in there is also about the stuff that God gave me to help me to fight it.
Right.
And I think that would be a big help to a lot of people just to say, okay, because I mean, everybody knows they have a problem and just people just don't do anything about it.
Was
And
one of the
really
things
this is how you do something about it.
was one of the things God gave you was a banging podcast or no?
What?
Yeah.
No, God didn't give you.
He gave me some really, really good friends that don't respond to my text.
Well, you've never texted me.
Yeah. So I'm in the clear.
So I think he's
Tell
kind
him,
of looking at somebody
tell him
else.
this.
Ben, tell him about what you said to me about our social media episode.
Oh, yeah. So I'm at work last week,
He posted.
and my little phone pops up and it says, there's a new episode of the Calm Down It's Fine podcast about social media. And I was like, guess I better listen to this one. And then I'm looking all the podcasts. He's like, so I'm going to call somebody. And Cameron had already told me he's going to call me. It's like, we're going to call somebody who's an expert in social media. I'm like, who the crap are they calling? And they call an influencer. Like, what the? Yeah,
And
sure, go ahead, buddy. Yep, good thing you don't know somebody who actually studied this crap for 2 years. There was a little bit.
And then
he has more, to be honest, to be fair, he has more followers than you.
yeah, way more.
He has way more things.
But he didn't shout us out, so now we're two episodes later. We're like, get strangely dim, get rid of your social media.
Go unfollow Evan Stewart.
We have loyalty to no one.
Have this guy on the phone, and they're just going to have me fight this guy on the phone. They're yelling at each other like,
Let's call him back and be like, it's like we'll call him right now and be like, hey Evan, you're back on the podcast. Ben, tell him why his whole empire is
on the throne of lies.
Your entire life is built on falsehood.
Yeah. Just find it out.
I'm pretty sure you don't have a walk with God.
Well, truth be told, despite popular opinion, that call was definitely cold. Like
100%.
It was completely random.
We were not like that wasn't planned. We picked a random number out of the hat, and we were doing social media, so it wasn't planned at all. So
yeah, it was kind of crazy. It worked out that way. I guess you could say,
I was laughing when you told me
I
that.
guess you could say that God wanted us to talk about social media, and kind of.
I guess God wanted to make you, not first. The first should be last. Last should be first.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just do us a solid and retweet us, share us on Facebook.
Yeah.
And that'd be helpful.
I see what you did.
And Ben keeps responding, "No, I actually don't have any social media." Every time I've said it, he's like, I don't have social media.
I don't have social media either.
That office strangely didn't.
Share us on your LinkedIn.
Fine. I don't have any pictures of me in entirety.
Just pass out flyers with our podcast on it.
Yeah, just because you don't have pictures online doesn't mean there aren't pictures of you online. We learned that about Cameron like 2 weeks ago.
Overflow.
Yeah, we talked about that on the pod a few weeks ago.
That's the creepiest thing, dude. It popped up on my phone again, and I was just like,
yeah,
The website has been removed from this episode.
I need to look this up.
Yeah.
I need to look it up because we stumbled across something not too long ago. But before we get into all that, why don't you guys go check out Strangely Dim, the impacts of internet culture and modern communication technology on society, and The Christian by Ben Clark on Amazon.
Don't go check it out. Go buy it. The man is poor.
Well, that's what you have to check
Go
out
read
on
it.
Amazon.
Obviously, Evan Stewart is driving a Tesla.
Listen, I don't
because
even
of social media. This guy's starving. So
And he drives a
buy
Taurus.
the book and help him support his family.
Forget his family. He's trying to support himself.
So he can eat.
do it.
Food.
Don't withdraw your support from us and double our support. And then consider
it's the
buying
Dave
his
Ramsey
book.
plan.
Yeah.
It's the Dave Ramsey plan.
Yes. All right, Ben.
All right.
Thanks for
I
coming on,
appreciate
man.
it, Cameron.
Yep, not a problem, buddy.
Yep.
Anything we can do to help, you let us know.
All right.
I'm serious. I know we joke, but
Yes, sir.
very cool. I'm 100% behind this. Unless you get into it and talks about like polygamy or something.
Whoa.
You're like, holy crap.
What?
Chapter 12, polygamy.
Hey, thanks. Bye, guys.
Social media really.
I don't know. I can't promise you that you're going to get any sales because of this, but at least some people know about it. So, all right, man.
Okay. Yep. We'll see you.
See you, bud.
Later, man. So wait.
Half the sales go to us from this.
Duh.
You have to. The problem is.
He's still on.
So you
Longest goodbye.
So you sell this, and then you take your money that you make and you donate it to the podcast.
Yeah, that's it.
That way we all win. Okay, love you, bye.
So wait, you were on the.
You did not create me to worry.
Oh well. So
Everyone
wait,
look
you're
it
sure you
up.
were on there?
Right
No, it's someone
now.
Whoever does the bait stuff, fault like they
Oh,
track
okay.
anyone connected. And so if you look up Cameron Razy, our family.
Oh, okay. I thought it was something else. We recently discovered there's an Instagram profile, bad sermon clips or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you were
there's
every
a couple
single
different-
video.
There's a couple
Your
of
church
different
has
ones
been
like
on
that.
there multiple times.
Yeah, recently because I got rid of social media a couple years ago, so those things were like alive and thriving when I was on social media. But
I feel like the table is shaking. And I know
Really? It is.
I know. Before we stopped, I'm like,
I don't feel like
going
it's
crazy. He's shaking his leg like.
Is he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
I didn't
he's
feel
like,
it at all.
it's
like,
constantly.
Maybe I was
moving.
shaking in the same rhythm as you.
Nikki told me I moved my feet in my sleep. Like, yeah.
You should
constantly
He's
put.
trying to run away from her.
You should bleep it out. They can think I'm cursing.
They already do.
I know.
So,
Bleep.
those pages were like alive and well when I was on social media. But last week, the Earl and Maddie found Mike Easter was on it, and they showed him, and he was like,
That's been on there for years.
But
It's
they
been on
like-
there for like a year.
it-
Like I've seen that
Yep.
same clip
but it was
on
like
Twitter.
this one
probably
was
a
rough.
year and a half ago.
This one was bad because typically I'm like, whatever, who cares? But they literally put this man's like address.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Like if you click on the video, it literally like, and I was like,
Did you go to his house?
all right, those are.
Well done.
Go to. Hey, your address is on the internet. I just saw it. How'd you get? Oh, I looked at it.
So yeah, like it's really. I was like, all right, that's a step far, but yeah,
I've seen that clip that they put on your year, like literally 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was last year's youth rally. Like you had
one
service
of
in there
them
on
was
the
a youth
Sun.
rally,
You had him
yeah.
on. You like had your Sunday service in there or
Right,
something,
right,
and he
right,
was preaching
yeah.
in the gym.
yeah. So
And to it, I say amen to it, man.
Yeah. That's what
Is
he
it
said.
like
We showed
a
him the
legit-
video. We showed him the video, and he goes, "That's good preaching."
Is this like a legitimate thing?
Oh, it's just people who follow.
Yeah,
the Baptists.
it's these
People who hate the Baptists?
Yeah, these recovering fundies.
Why don't we?
Yeah, did you guys have fun talking about toys? That was the title.
All right, I don't even know what to name this episode though.
Dinosaurs.
Or we just name it "Catching Up."
Mm-hmm.
Buy this book.
Name it. No, name it Ketchup.
Or just name it "Strangely Dim."
No, he said we have to have topic name. Put Ketchup. That'll get them going. And then we get to the end. Where's the ketchup? And here it is. So that's how you sell books, bro.
That's this week's episode of the podcast. Go check out Strangely Dim. Tell us how it is, because I'm not reading it. I'm just joking.
I would read it. I
will read it.
Yeah.
I was just messing. But yeah.
It's not digital though, man. That's kind of
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Like, listen, subscribe. Do what you can to get the word out about this podcast. If you like this podcast, if you've listened to the end of this, ask yourself, what have you done to promote, to push
us,
our podcast? No, I mean like, subscribe, share.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to grow this thing. We need your help to do it. Get after it. Somebody give the gospel.
The Bible says in John 3:16, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth on him should not perish, but have everlasting life."
Amen.
This world is in a fallen state. Everyone is a sinner. Everyone has sinned. You, me, and everyone in between. But God saw us in our fallen state, and he gave us a way out. He sent his Son. He gave his Son to be the propitiation for our sins. He went, bled, and died on a cross, and then he rose again the third day, and he did it for you. If you have any questions about salvation, please do not hesitate to email in. Any one of us would love to take the time out of our days to sit down and explain it to you and get that settled right away. The Bible says that today is the day of salvation, and it could be today while we're recording or today when you're listening, but let's get it taken care of.
Amen.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening.
Yep.
Tune in next week.
Jesus didn't have social media, neither should you.
He had 12 followers.
That was good. All right. That was funny. That was so funny.
I was just like, so...